Living Among the Dead, My Grandmother's Holocaust Survival Story of Love and Strength, written by Adena Bernstein Astrowsky, narrated by Adena Bernstein Astrowsky, Sarah Ann Astrowsky, Zachary William Astrowsky, and Gabby Grace Astrowsky. Published by Amsterdam Publishers. Introduction. My name is Adena Bernstein Astrowsky, oldest granddaughter of Mania Lichtenstein. My Jewish name is Rivka Nechama. I was named after my grandmother's two sisters, Rivka and Nechamka, both of whom perished in the Holocaust. I have always felt a strong connection to both women, not only because of our shared name, but also because of the stories my grandmother told me. Writing this book allowed me to learn the details of her survival. She was known to her family as Bubby, to think deeply about the odds she had to overcome, and to truly see her in the way she had come to see her mother, as a hero. I was in elementary school when I first learned that my grandmother was a Holocaust survivor. Even as young as I was then, I knew the Holocaust was a horrendous and unthinkable time in the world's history, and that she was very fortunate to have survived it. But I must admit, I really didn't think much more about it until I was in middle school, when I began asking her questions about her experiences. None of my questions, however, were answered easily. In fact, learning the details of my grandmother's survival was never easy. I remember studying world history in high school and preparing a list of questions for her. Of course, I was a typically impatient teenager who didn't have endless hours to sit and listen to the whole story. I wanted my grandmother to answer my specific questions as quickly and succinctly as possible, but she always found it hard to give me simple answers. Admittedly, my questions probably weren't worded well, but it seemed that a question about one topic would lead her to talk about several other topics. I guess she didn't want me to leave thinking that a single piece of information could represent the whole story. Or it could be the details and events were so intertwined that it was hard for her to separate out the facts I was searching for. Looking back on my adolescent expectations, I came to understand why this was an impossible task for my grandmother. Each story involved multiple details that needed to be shared in order to answer what I presumed to be a simple question. What thwarted my efforts the most were the nightmares I came to learn she would endure, sometimes for weeks, after having shared with me her experiences. It's a side effect common to many victims of trauma. Recounting the awful event often forces them to suffer all over again. This was not something.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?